Hello all, this is Dhanasekaran. Today let us see the simple pipeline how to create in Azure Data Factory. Okay, the simple use case what we are going to implement in ADF is we have a source data in Azure blob storage. It's a CSV file. With the Azure Data Factory pipeline, we are going to ingest the data into Azure SQL Server. This is the simple use case we are going to implement it. For that, we required linked services for the source system, linked service for the sync system. Sync is nothing but a target system, and we are going to create data set for the source and similarly data set for sync. Create the pipeline with the copy activity, and then we are going to publish and execute the pipeline, and then we are going to verify the data loaded into Azure SQL Server. Okay, let us start the pipeline creation. Okay, to create the pipeline, we know we require the connection, right? That connection we call it as a linked services. As of now, I don't have any linked services. As I said in the PPT, we need to create a linked service for the source system. Click on create button, go to Azure. Our source system is the blob storage. Select the blob storage, continue. The name we will maintain in the same Azure blob storage 1. For your case, if you want, you can change it. The integration runtime, since we are reading the data from the Azure, by default it is auto resolving integration runtime. There are different integration runtimes are there. Let us see in the upcoming videos. I'm going to use the account key. I'm not going to modify as it's a very simple use case. Azure subscription is a Azure subscription 1 I'm giving. Storage account name is going to be store source data. Okay, that's all what you can do. Click on test connection. Let us verify the connection is successful or not. Okay, good. The connection is successful. Click on create button. Now we are ready with the source linked services. Similarly, we need to create one for sync. Click on new again. Go to Azure. This time we are going to create a link service for Azure database. Okay, this is also in Azure, so integration runtime is auto resolving integration runtime. Here also I am giving the subscription. The SQL Server name is SQL Server Learning. I created already, it is there in my subscription already. Database name going to be Learning DB. Authentication I am going to use SQL Server Authentication. The username is learning. The password I am typing now. Suppose we should not type the password, we need to maintain in a Azure Key Vault. From there we need to read as a standard. Now we are ready with the sync link service. Test the connection now. Perfect. Now the sync link service also successful. Let me create it now. We are ready with the link services. Now the next step is we need to go for the data set creation. Okay, what you can do, go to author, go to data set. As of now, there is no data set in it. Click on the ellipse button, go to new data set. The first one is we are going to create data set for blob storage. Is a source, right? Click on blob storage. Our file is a comma separated file. See, I am maintaining here is a comma separated CSV file. This is the one we are going to use as a source. Delimited text file. Click on continue. Here the name you can maintain some meaningful name there. Select the link service. By default it is showing blob storage one because we selected comma separated file. Select the container name here. Click on the browse button. Our container is demo container. Within a demo container my file is sample superstore. I selected it. My first row is header row. In my source system, first row is a header row. See, first one is the header row. What I'm going to do, connection, these change, and I'm not going to do any change in this area. Just click on OK. We are ready with the data set, source data set. Similarly, we need to create one for sync. Again click on dataset, go to new dataset, click on Azure. This time we need to create a dataset for Azure SQL Server. Here write the linked service. Now it's going to be Azure SQL database. Right now I haven't created any table for the superstore. What I'll do, I'll create, edit, table name going to be DBO is a schema name, and the table name is going to be demo superstore. Demo superstore. I'm not going to import any schema. Click on none now. Click OK. Okay, I'm ready with the data set as well. What is the next step? First 4 steps we have completed. Create a pipeline with copy activity. Now let's go to pipeline. Click on new pipeline. Here this is the activity. These are all the activities we have in a ADF. For this demo we are going to create only the copy data activity. Only the copy data activity. For copy data, what is required? We need to tell what is source, what is sync. We are ready with the source and the sync data set and the link services, right? Click on the activity. In the below we have the source. Click the source here. What is our source? Delimited text. Here check anything you want to apply here. Nothing. Everything is perfect now. If you want to preview the data, click on preview, so that you can make sure whether the connection is successful or not. Our connection is success now. Let me go to sync now. Here I am selecting Azure SQL table. Here I haven't created a table already, right? So what I am telling the system, right? Auto create the table. I am going to insert record. I am going to create automatically. The system going to create the table if the table is not available. We are not going to execute any pre-copy script or batch timeout time. Nothing we are going to give now, as it is for very basic pipeline. Now we are ready with the source and sync, as well as the pipeline is ready. Let us validate. I'm not going to use mapping. Any setting I'm not going to use it now. Let us cover all this option in the upcoming videos. Click on validate. what it will do, it will verify if any error is there, it will show here, and then publish it. There is no error, so what I'm doing, I'm publishing it now. Okay, publishing is perfect. Now let me go to the source data. Let us verify how many records are there now. In my source system there are 10 records. First one is the header row. 10 records are there. In SQL Server, let me refresh the object. Let me go to table. These are all the existing table I am using. There is no demo superstore table. What we will do, let us come to copy data, add trigger, click on trigger now, click OK. Now it will start triggering. Now you can view the pipeline running status. Here you can come, okay, click on pipeline runs. The one it is running now is in progress. It shows pipeline run succeeded. This is a pipeline run succeeded. Okay, in the success, right, what you can do, you can validate what is happened there. This is the input, this is the pipeline. It will in the input you can see what are all the connection you gave. No, that information you can see in this JSON file. In the output you can see how many records read, how long it was taking, those information you can see here. And then in the detail, right, you can see how many records loaded, how many minutes it was taking. Okay, those information you can see here. It was reading 10 record, return 10 record. If any fallout, it will tell here. Any failure, it will show here. Now our pipeline is executed successfully. Let us go back to the SQL Server database, refresh the object, go to table. Now we should have the demo superstore table. Yes, we have the demo superstore table. Yes, it should have 10 record now. Perfect. It loaded 10 record. All 10 records loaded into demo superstore SQL Server table. This is how we need to create a simple pipeline and the link services and dataset. Okay. With this we will conclude this session. We will meet in another video. Thank you.